I was a young person with a disability that did feel quite segregated growing up. It's important when you grow up that you have people that you aspire to be like, and you want to achieve your goals without a ceiling, and Nottingham gives you that inspiration and aspiration, but I've had to work really hard for what I've got. I've never been given a silver spoon, and I feel that everything I've earned in my life I've achieved.
It's Jordan Mulligan from the Mulligan Brothers, and today's interview highlight is about becoming an athlete and starting a sport with none other one of the best people who could explain this, Richard Whitehead, Paralympic gold medalist. Before we jump into the video, guys, today's video sponsor is mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now buy the Inspire Change t-shirts or the Not a Journal, and also you can become a channel member with the join button down below. But before that, let's find out more from Richard Whitehead.
People with disabilities have their impairments through different circumstances, and that can be through an accident, whether that's a road traffic accident or whether that's in service, or through an illness such as cancer. But I was born with my disability. So though some people say I've not had the challenges and obstacles of those individuals that have lost their legs due to an accident or illness, but I've had to overcome those stereotypes all through my life, and those obstacles and challenges have been present from birth. When I was growing up, especially when I was younger, my mum and dad were from a working class background, and as role models they were present at all kinds of opportunities regarding integration of me into local clubs. My village wasn't very diverse, like I've said, and so had big problems at primary school. Lots of obstacles and challenges in the way to access the curriculum. There wasn't an inclusion spectrum at all, so it created lots of problems with my development, not only as a sportsman, but also as an individual person and trying to find my own identity. Then as I then progressed through the challenges that I had in primary school, I went to a secondary school, Colonel Frank Seeley in Calverton, where the headmaster was very much, you've got to get on with life and work really hard to achieve your goals. And that's what I needed. I needed to be not just seen as a number, but seen as a person. And everybody has a gift in life, and I think that's where my talent as a person and as an athlete started to be enriched by the opportunity and platform that they gave me at secondary school.
Is there a particular moment you can remember growing up, like where you was like realised the effects of that, or realised, you know, there's obstacles I have to overcome in life as a young person?
As all young people grow up in life, they're affected by their surroundings and environment, and I was lucky enough that I had lots of friends that accepted me to who I was, and maybe there were some adaptations that my friends and family made when I was growing up. But I think as you put yourself into those uncomfortable positions in life, that's when you realise that everybody has their own challenges, and everybody's going to be affected by some kind of disability or ability in their life. And for me, it was probably getting my running legs later in life that I realised that sport was a great platform for me for success, and that was later on. But all the challenges and obstacles that I've overcome in my life up to that point gave me the toolkit that I needed to access the skills that I need to communicate with my audience. And my audience are people, not just with people with disabilities, those individuals in life that are affected by mental or physical well-being, as well as those that maybe have those challenges that they have to overcome every day in their lives.
What were the lessons learned from early childhood then, in terms of mindset and having a positive outlook, by the sounds of it, like, and turning it into sort of the athletic career and everything? We
live in a society nowadays that is all about equality and diversity and inclusion, where back 30 years ago there wasn't that at all. It was about putting people into boxes and stereotypes. And that was really tough. It was really tough to find the same kind of opportunities as my friends, whether that's within sport, whether that's within employment, but also to get the respect of your peers. Within sport, I've still got a disability when I finish that sporting activity, so I live with my disability, where my friends would go home as an able-bodied person and not have the same challenges that I had. And I think between my early teens going into like 19, 20, it was a tough time in my life that I was not sure where I fitted in society and really struggled to find any kind of direction apart from obviously in sport.
The first run that you did?
In New York, yeah.
Yeah, the New York.
So I'd worked in America in 1998 on the Camp America scheme. I was a camp counsellor and then worked as a waterfront director. And again, when you put yourself into those uncomfortable situations where you're not really sure about what the outcomes look like, but also you kind of challenge yourself in different scenarios around being accepted as a person with a disability. Also, learning new skills and not just challenging other people, but challenging yourself. I went over there, I realised that the American market is very open to people with disabilities and also the challenges they have to overcome. And I wanted to go back and run a race or do a challenge that started my journey. And so in 2004, I went back to America and ran the New York City Marathon. I'd never run a 5K, 10K, half marathon. I'd obviously done training, but I felt that was a great platform to expose myself to sport at a different level. I'd done that for charity, but also one of my closest friends, Simon Mellows, had just contracted secondary sarcoma at the time. So to do it for him and to show him that anything's possible and also that I was with him on his journey, even though it was tough for him having a young family, and then unfortunately him dying in 2005. It's about not just doing things for yourself, but for people that are less fortunate themselves. And and I would still say everything that I've done in my life, one of the biggest achievements that I've ever had. One, taking the risk and opportunity to go to New York and run that race, not knowing the consequences of running 26 miles, not understanding the effort that it takes to run 26 miles, but also the responsibility that I had for my friend as well. And he's still with me today, and all the challenges that I have in my life, I still feel that he's like my guardian angel that really provides me with the hope and guidance when I'm making those key decisions within my life.
We were just talking about before out here about like what the definition of success is, and I think at the moment it's about followers, it's about how many views you get in, how...
Yeah, it's bollocks really.
Yeah, it is, and then we're just talking now about like how you affect other people's lives. Like, how did you have to make a switch for yourself to go, right, it's all about how much impact I can have on other people?
Impact is measured in lots of different ways, isn't it? And we talk openly about the power of your influence and being an influencer and what that looks like. An influencer 30 years ago was your parents or was your friends or was people close by you. Now an influencer is somebody that you maybe never meet, or they try and promote a product on social media. For me, if other people see me as a person that can influence people in the disability community or in that diversity community, then I want to make that positive impact through positive messaging, empowering and liberating other people to take on their own journey and not be judged by the number of followers they have, the number of likes they have, the number of gold medals they have, but more about their core values and the opportunities they give other people. I look at the challenges that I've had, and it's really important not only just to have a positive mindset, because anybody can say you need to be positive. It's more about having those kind of tools and those life experiences and memories that you can pull back on. I'm not saying that every experience that I've had within life has been positive. I'm not saying that I've not had challenges to overcome or people's opinions to change. I've always stayed true to my own core values, and those are around resilience, hard work, trust, honesty, and leaving a lasting legacy for those that need that support and guidance. When I meet people with disabilities, I always say, like, dream big. And life without limits is really important, not just for a person with a disability, but for everybody.
Paralympic gold medalist Richard Whitehead giving you some great advice there. Something that, for me, I would listen to, and I do listen to. If I was trying to become an athlete right now, these are the kind of messages you want to hear. You know, this is somebody who has done it, who's been through it, who's faced adversity and got into sports at such a high level. They're the kind of people you want to be surrounding yourself with. They're the kind of mentors you need. And, you know, on our channel, there's loads of people like that as well, but he is one of the favorites for me as an athlete. Go follow him on Instagram for more wisdom from Richard. As always, thank you for watching, and today's video sponsor was mulliganbrothers.com. They help us get our film crew all around the world to be able to film these videos. So everyone who's been supporting us on mulliganbrothers.com by buying the t-shirts, the new Not a Journal, thank you so much. It just means the world to us. We can continue to do this, so thank you very much. If you want to see what I get up to on a day-to-day basis, at Jordan Mulligan Brother on Instagram. And yeah, guys, go pay this forward, share this video, or even better, share your own message, share your own story through your actions and what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You know, lead in the right way with your own inspiration. You are the example for people. Have a blessed and productive day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.